I'm going to make you review Twilight sometime. Yeah.
I was obsessed with Twilight for a minute.
Like in what way? Did you see the movies? Did you read the book?
Pattinson.
Or you just like the guy?
I just wanted to fuck Robert Pattinson.
That's it? Really? I just wanted to fuck Bella's dad. Ride that mustache.
I don't even remember what he looked like.
I remember exactly what it looked like. Brawny paper towel.
Apparently I like mustaches now, but I didn't back then.
I don't know. He was it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's the it dad.
Mm-hmm.
See it.
I was like, okay.
I'm ready when you are.
Let's get right into it.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Oh.
Sorry. You go right ahead.
Okay.
You go right ahead.
All right. This is a straggler from Women's History Month, and I'm doing a repeat. This, which was last year, was Anna Biller's The Love Witch. Beautiful, amazing, aesthetically pleasing, all the things, all hail feminism, all the thing, the witchy, beautiful 60s, 70s look. And so this month for 2024, we're doing another Anna Biller, which came out before The Love Witch. This one is called A Visit from the Incubus, 2001. This one is much shorter. I guess it's considered one of her shorts. It's only about roughly 30 minutes. Rotten Tomatoes didn't have any information on it because it's very obscure, very small short. IMDb did have a rating of 6.4 out of 10. The summary from justwatch.com. Lucy, a young Victorian woman in the Old West, is being tormented by nightly visits from an incubus. Her friend Madeline tries to console her, but is unable to help. A fallen woman, Lucy gets a job singing at the local saloon. However, the incubus has followed her there, and things take an unexpected turn as Lucy and the incubus, amidst the rowdy cowboys and saucy can girls, have their final showdown.
Wow, they just gave away everything in that
I know,
synopsis.
I was like, and scene. That was it. It's very short. So the director, like we said, Anna Biller, was the writer and director for this. And a little blurb about her from IMDb. She creates a unique, female-focused, highly visual films. She has a BA from UCLA in art and an MFA from Cal Arts in art and film.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Master
MFA.
of Fine Arts.
Okay.
Her first feature, Viva, played in film festivals all around the world and gained minor cult status, and her second feature, The Love Witch, won acclaim for its elaborate visual style and feminist themes and has screened at numerous film festivals worldwide. Sorry if this is a repeat from her accolades from The Love Witch.
It deserves to be restated.
Yes. Say it again for the people in the back.
For the people in the back.
With the cheap seats.
For the what? The cheap seats
that didn't hear the Love Witch episode. I don't know.
It's for, our podcast is free, so everyone heard it.
Like, I know,
all the seats are the same.
Right. I know. It's like,
but wait, we have some. If you like us, okay, you're gonna turn us off completely when you hear our Patreon. Like, okay,
if you like us, okay,
all right, ladies.
Okay enough.
I'm weirded out. Thank you, but no, thank you.
So if we don't verbal diarrhea all over the place, anyway, there will be more verbal diarrhea on Patreon soon.
You have to deal with diarrhea in the lab lately. Speaking of,
yes, yesterday actually I dealt with some norovirus samples. Literal diarrhea.
I was re-listening to one of our old episodes, and you were talking about how the process where they have to heat up the poop sample, and how everyone was vomiting and had to have a trash can next to them to heat up the poop sample or whatever under the microscope.
That was actually monkeypox.
Okay, whatever.
Monkeypox.
But you're heating
the
up poop.
butthole and penis swabs.
Yeah, you're heating up poop. And
no, we don't heat the poop up actually, but it's still equally disgusting. Yeah, we have to pipette it, like it suction it up. And,
I remember. Well, I'm just recalling the episode you were talking about heating up samples.
Okay,
that were
it's probably monkeypox.
Okay.
Anyway, another little piece of information from Wiki. Biller considers herself a feminist filmmaker and consciously explores feminist themes throughout her work, including exploring the female gaze in cinema. She is vocal on both her website and interviews about gender inequalities in the film industry. And awards. from IMDb. In 2017, she won the Trailblazer Award and Best Costume Design at the Chicago Independent Film Critics Circle Awards for The Love Witch. And in 2019, she was invited to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. She is listed in a Rotten Tomatoes article as one of the 21 masters of horror shaping the genre right now. The Love Witch appeared on many 2016 Best of Year list, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it's ranked as number 40 horror film of all times. Fun facts, wiki. Anna, our girl, is now also an author. I don't know if you knew that. On December 5th, 2021, Biller announced that she had completed her first novel, Bluebeard's Castle. The book was published last year in October by Verso Books. Bluebeard's Castle was listed as one of the best fiction books of 2023 by The Telegraph, who said it was a stylized retelling of the old fable that mixes self-reference and gaudy excess.
Think you'll ever read that?
I don't know. I don't read fiction. I don't know.
Really?
No.
Oh,
not since I was like a teenager.
Oh, I love
like
fiction.
Fear Street and shit. The Sex, Death, and Pricey Cognac are a wildly enjoyable piece. The Times Literary Supplement also praised it, calling it both a fantasy and a nightmare, with the filmmaker Biller employing the same sense of celluloid artifice and lusciously heightened reality that characterized her retro horror masterpiece, The Love Witch. And then in July of 2022, she has a blog too. She announced her next horror film called The Face of Horror. I can't wait for this. She said, quote, "I'm developing an exciting new horror film called The Face of Horror. It's based on a famous Japanese ghost story, or kaiden." And I did look up how to pronounce that, and that's what most of the pronunciations sounded like. It's spelled Kaidan. Kaiden. The kaiden is a type of horror tale in Japan, which can be translated as weird, supernatural, or mysterious tale or ghost story. Some of the scariest and most beautiful horror films are classic Japanese ghost films such as Kaiden. I don't know, I'm saying that right. Kuroneko and Ugetsu, or Ugetsu.
I probably watched the English translation of those titles, but I had a very big phase, and at its height for this type of Japanese horror in the early 2000s, they have beautiful tragic stories. I remember watching quite a few independent films during that era that are really good. So yeah.
Interesting. And she goes on to say, "I wanted to adapt one of these stories to a Western setting." What is there up with Western settings? I don't know.
I mean,
Japanese story in a Western setting.
Okay, Western. Yeah.
The story features I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. It's Onryo with a little line across the O. I don't know. Or a vengeful spirit. In this case, a woman so wronged in life that she returns as a ghost to torment those who caused her suffering. And I don't know, it's pretty cool because it seems like she's exploring her Japanese heritage from her mother's side, who is Japanese American. One more quote from her from IMDb, where she's describing her film style. She says, "Film is like sex. Film fulfills all my expectations, all my fetishes. Video doesn't satisfy anything for me. If I couldn't work on film anymore, I would just go back to painting or writing music. I'd just stop making films." There you go.
Well, I guess she definitely has the advantage, or has been able to fully control the outcome in every sense of the creative word of her films, and not have any interference, as it does happen with budgets or producing or anything, because she controls all that. So
yeah,
to be in control of everything and have it come out exactly how you want has to be a good feeling.
Yeah.
So I have a kill count of 0. And the soundtrack was
just somebody's pride got killed.
What? Oh, I know, right? No, it's fine. It happens. No killing, I guess. But she wrote the music, everything, as she did for the other films as well in Love Witch. All those whimsical, weird harp numbers in the middle of nowhere.
The wedding was like the wedding in the Love Witch.
What a pussy. What a baby. I thought I'd found a real man, but he's just like a little girl.
Yeah, so I was very impressed because, like you said before, if she didn't do this, she would just continue to write music, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I can definitely
any
see
other
the
kind
talent.
of artistic outlet.
Now, I could not be sure 100% if it was her singing, but I want to say that it was her singing.
I thought it sounded like it could be her singing from her
Which was
voice,
very impressive. She's like...
Not bad, yeah.
Like, my brother hated people like... Well, okay, for example, you know, you can't have it all. You can't be, like, a super genius and hot, and is like... Not that it can happen, but my brother met people like this when he went to Harvard, like people who were, like, genetically perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And were so smart, but at the same time had all the social skills and charismatic, like, because either like he's really good at math, but like he has no social skills, and he's like whatever.
Sounds like maybe they're on the spectrum without the social skills, maybe, or
I'm just saying it's just very rare, like, to have both sides of the brain, because like with my partner, he's scientific, he's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
on the artistic side, and very outgoing. But for people to have all that.
Actually,
I hate people like
somebody like
it's like
that.
I'm super jelly with people like that. Like you have all the qualities and you lack in nothing.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You know people like that? Yeah. It's like, wow.
I wouldn't call her a beauty queen, but she definitely uses both sides of her brain.
Yes, that's what I mean.
And she has a great personality too.
Everything.
And
like they use
like
both
everything
sides.
she has ever tried. She's really fucking good at it.
I know.
And I'm just
Doesn't
like,
it make you sick?
Yes. I'm just like, could you just not be good,
at something? Yeah, something.
Could you just not go all the way with one thing?
Yeah, be bad at something. Yeah. I don't know. I remember our valedictorian speech. It was this Asian girl. I don't remember her name. 2001 Shiloh. Woo, whatever. And she was like, I know what y'all are thinking. I'm good and I have great grades and I'm good at everything. Well, I'm here to tell... Well, she didn't say it like that. She's not like a white woman or whatever. Well, I'm here to tell you that actually, for my Asian heritage, I cannot cook rice. There, I said it. I can't cook rice. So you see, I'm not perfect.
Her family didn't disown her.
Right. That was her speech. Like, I'm not good at everything. I can't make rice.
You know what?
And it should be in my genes, right? That,
That's so funny because my ex-in-laws, like, I learned how to make rice in the rice cooker.
Yeah, I love my rice cooker.
Korean.
It's perfect.
And I couldn't do math, didn't have the same set of beliefs as them, like all kinds of things, anxiety disorder, all the things. But I could make that fucking rice.
Like, you can make that fucking rice.
Yeah, I made that fucking rice and I got praise from them and I was like, yes.
You made that fucking rice.
In.
Something.
Yes. I was like, that's probably why you married me.
I'm getting better. I can't do anything, but I'm getting better at my Spanish desserts, y'all. So I'm trying.
I never tasted them when they were bad.
Oh, thank you.
But I just didn't taste them because I didn't know you were making them because you didn't let me try them.
What are you talking about?
All I had was a tres leches. I said that horribly.
Conquitos? I mean, they're very time-sensitive dessert.
I love the way you say that.
Oh, I'm probably saying it wrong.
No, you're not. It's just the accents.
Yeah, it's very, very white.
Conquitos.
Conquitos? Yeah, I know. I know what I sound like, folks.
It's just like certain things are just like, ooh, say it again.
If you're listening, I know, and for a long time, you probably get very confused. Yes, I am black. Even though my maybe activities say otherwise, if we were going to do stereotypes. I talk about camping and going into South Carolina and doing all these things.
Okay, look at that accent.
Yeah, so
go, girl.
I don't know. And then I can't use the Spanish. But Dana's accent's very good.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's a lot better.
The way
mine.
I just said tres leche, it sounded awful.
You know
Raphael
what I say?
would yell
tres
at me.
leches.
That's
fine.
Really
wrong.
Sometimes I say it like that too,
you said
because I don't have the confidence to roll the R.
You said tres leche, like you're supposed to.
You just did it.
But I feel so phony. But like Raphael said, it doesn't matter. You have to jump. The language is a lot of jumping. And I'm like, it's
jumping.
In the language, you have to be aggressive. Like, I don't...
Confident?
No.
Aggressive?
Like, accents. I'm like, I'm just like, I don't know how, like... it's exhausting,
like
tossing aggressively.
Read it before, like in Spanish classes, like you don't remember maybe where the acentos are on the vowels or the whatever. And sometimes it's still hard to pronounce, even if you know where the accent is.
So when I do try and I say the words to him, I'm saying them right, but it doesn't compute to him because I'm not saying it like a drunk Cuban. So like it doesn't matter if I say it right. It's like, I don't know what you just said.
And every other Spanish accent besides Cuban is wrong to Raphael.
Not wrong. It's inferior and sounds dumb.
Well,
no, he actually, I take
too.
this back. He thinks the Spain accent is better than his. He likes, out of all the Spanish accents.
That's only because he's half Spaniard.
It's not even a religious thing. He likes the way Spain people talk the most out of all the cultures, because I guess it's Castilian and the true Spanish.
That is my last name.
Yeah? What about it?
That's not how the Peruvians talk.
Well,
I don't know the difference, though. I've never listed enough to know.
Well, do you have ancestors from Spain? You're Castile.
Maybe.
I
don't know. I know on my grandma's
How do
side,
your
she
mountain
was like
people
Indian,
talk?
like she spoke like Quechua or something.
How does your dad sound when he speaks Spanish? How did the Peruvians sound,
Just
huh?
like a fucking Spanish guy who you think is arguing with somebody, but he's really just speaking normally. But
I
always
guess.
thought he was yelling at somebody.
Yeah, like they all
why
do.
are you mad? He's like, I'm not.
They
I'm just
all do
asking how
that.
somebody's day was.
I
I'm
know.
like,
All the
what?
jumping. And especially New Yorkers, because they start conversations at the end of the block before they meet each other. Like, you can wait till you meet up to start your conversation instead of yelling at each other on the block until you meet. So, whatever. It's fine. Hey, we're all different in this world,
You
right?
know what? At least we're not J-Lo from the block.
I like taking my hair out like this. It reminds me like when I was 16 in the Bronx, running up and down the block. A crazy little girl.
J-Lo, you know what?
Oof.
I do feel bad that she's getting
I feel
super
bad for
hella.
her too.
It's going a little hard now. Like,
It is.
she did her thing. I wanted to make a movie, and I did it.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel bad. Now I'm feeling bad for her because it's going a little hard now.
Well, I would feel if she wasn't such a shit person.
I don't know about
from
that.
all the people's experience that have interacted
Yeah, the
with
tipping,
her.
all that kind of stuff.
Not even
Yeah,
tipping, just like the blatant, like social neglect and just standoffishness. And
I don't know the bitch. I don't either.
I'm just like, they can't all be wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
These are all
where there's
just
smoke,
like,
there's fire. I don't know.
so far,
So I don't feel
all I've
that
heard
bad.
was like server interactions or whatever. Where
I've heard about fan interactions, people working on production with her. Like,
production,
it wasn't
really?
great. I don't know. Anyway, so
I do feel bad though that when she first started out and well, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into that. Whatever.
we should just have a whole separate episode.
Yeah,
about
it's
J-Lo.
fine.
already had
We
your
know
reel
too
with
much.
the
I know
drunken
too
lightning.
much. I've been, drunken lightning. It was apparently broken like me, and I
Broken
kept,
like me.
Broken like me. Broken like me.
I kept saying broken lightning.
I was like, how do you know lightning
Broken
is
lightning.
broken?
I was like, I don't know,
And
Joe.
how?
Tell me. Just singing about broken
She
lightning.
thought she was a lightning strike that was broken.
broken.
Her spirit was broken,
Yeah,
and then
I
it was
know.
revived into a full bolt. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
What am I
But
talking about?
watch the movie, I guess.
Oh, Greg and I
Watch
were
it.
talking about getting together and watching that this
The
month.
documentary.
Yes,
Or the-
because he hasn't seen it either, and we were both. Oh my god!
Watch it back to back. Watch the movie and the documentary.
Oh, why did I think that the movie was like emerged as the documentary?
No, those are two separate things. She made the movie and then she made a
Oh.
documentary about making the movie.
Okay, I thought it was all in one, and they would just like cut to certain things.
No, it's two separate
that's
things.
Worse.
I will say that she didn't have a premiere in the Bronx. She had it in a different borough of New York, which is, if you're going to have the fucking premiere of your movie in New York, do it from the fucking Bronx that you won't fucking let go. You know,
and that's
that
what
would
a lot
make
of people on
sense.
TikTok were saying, like the New Yorkers and everybody
Yeah, why
were
not
saying
have
like
a-
you keep bragging on the Bronx, this, that, everything, but you have never donated a fucking penny to like the school you used to go to or anything.
Is
and
that really, really true?
That's what everybody was saying. I don't know.
I
don't know.
I take celebrity gossip with a grain of salt.
That's true. Yeah.
Because not everyone needs to advertise that they donate things.
Right.
So it's like, well, I didn't hear about it. It's like,
That's
maybe she
true.
did.
Maybe she did. I don't know.
And it's just like, they're not making a grand parade about doing it. Anyway, that's okay.
I just with the orange drink, even I was just like, I don't.
It's normal. It's
But
normal.
just say it's Fanta or whatever it was. It just sounded like the most basic white person.
That is not a white person
It sounded
thing.
like a fake It sounded like a white person trying to pretend they're Puerto
Dana.
Rican.
No,
from
it's
the
not.
Bronx.
When you go to New York and you go into a bodega, you just say orange. You just say the color that is in the barrel of
I know
ices.
that. I know that. But
so that's why
it was just everybody was saying like it was the most vague answer.
It is not though.
So okay.
I saw the other side. I saw a guy who's from New York is like, yeah, the little 25-cent jugs. You just call it an orange drink and a ham and cheese.
That's true.
It's not
There's
weird.
the alcohol that's like that me and my friend Bridget laugh about. We call it the blue drink.
The blue drink. And if you tell that to the bodega person and you say, give me the blue drink, they know what you're talking about.
Okay.
So
I don't know, just the way that she said it, it was just made me not trust what she was saying. That's all.
My
anyway.
God. I didn't think so. That's why I feel bad for her. Like we're deep diving too much into our inflections and what she said and how she said it or what she should have said. Yeah. She should have said Fanta. Like, I don't know.
It's
dumb.
It just sounded made up.
Ham and cheese on a roll with an orange drink. If you know, you know.
I don't know. It sounded scripted and made up. That's all. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway.
Okay.
Back to the movie.
So the soundtrack, is done by her, made by her, and I think sung by her in a couple of numbers in here, which is impressive. Sounds great.
Oh, that's where we went off tangent with the voice.
Yeah. So I like how there was credits to everything for the music, and there is organ music in this, and it is played by an organ player, Ariel Quintana from the
Quintana. Is it Quintana? Quin?
Yeah,
Quintana.
But I say Quinta, like the hotel, like Quinta.
That is a white made up name.
La Quinta.
La Quinta Inn. That's what it's called.
La Quinta.
That's spelled like this. It's pronounced La Quinta Inn.
Ariel Quintana. Quintana.
Yeah. It's like you say quesadilla, don't say quesadilla.
Get off, Napoleon. Make yourself a dang quesadilla.
Ariel Quintana. She is a organ player at Emmanuel Presbyterian Church.
Okay.
And I just thought it was funny that a religious person is offering to do some music for this movie that's about Incubus. So I thought it was funny.
And a feminist movement movie.
Yeah. My first piano teacher was an organ player. I used to go to that big church on Hugh Howe and have my piano lessons with her. Wow. It was a beautiful place to have my piano lessons, but I just want to give shout outs to the organ players. It's hard work. You got to use both feet and hands.
Like
you got to use two pedals at the same time.
It's like
in both
a workout.
Hands. It's it requires a lot of dexterity and coordination. So it's very hard to play organ. I don't want to try.
But they have like good arms and biceps from all that.
What do you
I don't know. You say you pull something.
No.
Did I say that? No, you said no. I made that up.
It's not like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or something. It's just,
It looks very
there's
involved.
no lever involved.
Okay. I don't know why I was thinking there was some lever.
They're just buttons. Lots of buttons, Dana.
It's like a switchboard.
What did you think it was? Like a choo-choo train? Like
yeah, you gotta let some steam out of
the steam come out of the pipes.
Because there's pipes on it.
Steam doesn't come out of the pipes, Dan.
I don't know what comes out of the pipes.
Sound? Like a flute?
Oh, okay. I was thinking something you could see. I don't know. I'm not paying attention.
You're right.
I'm just gonna shut up.
That's all right. That's just funny visualization there. I don't know. No, that's not what's going on. Okay, so we're leading with the music, talking about the soundtrack because the movie. You're doing the opening, duh, because you do the opening movie. Okay, so yeah, that is she is hands down in charge of the soundtrack and making that. So let's get into our movie. Danny, you want to start it?
Sure. Okay, so we open with on-screen text that says, an incubus is a horrible demon who has sexual intercourse with sleeping women. The woman is unable to wake but has a nightmare. The incubus has oppressed women for centuries and continues to be a problem today. Our story takes place in the Old West.
But interesting. Yeah.
It's funny, like you hear about like in some sleep paralysis of like some people think it's like I guess if you're a woman and it's a man, male demon or whatever, that it's an incubus coming to like basically rape you.
It's funny that this is what the definition of this opening quote is, because I was just watching this documentary about Amish witches.
Oh.
And this Amish witch, I'm not using the correct term, but she practices a certain type of thing that requires spells and potions or whatever in her community. And she got pregnant by one of these demons.
I don't know if you've ever heard of like having sex with something, like literally in your sleep, and you wake up and you're like, whoa, what just happened? You have sex with Satan. It just felt like a freaking snake went up my
I don't know what the hell this girl's talking about.
But the
like an immaculate conception?
Yes, but the documentary person said this happens a lot in the Amish community to cover the fact that they had actual intercourse with a man, out of wedlock. So they say, well, something...
like not by rape or like consensual, or what do you mean?
No, they're not supposed to be having sex, obviously.
I know, but I'm just saying.
So they claim it was like a spirit fucked them or something and impregnated them.
Gotcha.
So this is probably a claim that many people... Like, this is how fucked up religion is. Is like, instead of saying the obvious, a man was inside me, is more believable by a community. Oh, of course, it was the incubus that fucked her. She didn't have sex out of wedlock.
Innocent.
She was innocent. She claims a spirit got on top of her and fucked her. What?
And she couldn't move, and she
couldn't move, and that's how she got pregnant.
I've had sleep paralysis, starting when I was probably in my late teens or early 20s. I've never sensed anything in the room with me, thankfully. So I'm just like, man, I could have got laid all this whole time over the years.
Oh, it's like that Fear Street cover of the book. I think of yours, that ghost in the jean jacket. Yeah. She was like, oh.
She's in her bed. He's by the window.
I'll repost that. She wants to be fucked by that.
Like, is he
I'm gonna post it for this. Yeah. Is that an incubus? A jean jacket wearing?
I think it was. I forgot who he was, but
his name was Jordan. Yeah. Yeah.
Jordan with a jean jacket.
Jordan with a jean jacket.
It's probably like a boyfriend that passed away or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Did you read it? Do you remember the storyline of that book?
I did read it, but I don't remember the storyline.
I might reread it. I'm going to reread it.
Is it still at your house or is it my house? I don't know.
I think I still have it. I'm going to read it on my trip.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. You're the same way. Oh, I don't know if you're the same way.
I bring a book every time. Do I read it?
Nope. No. Look at Raphael's like, he calls me. I was like, all of y'all on the fucking plane with your laptops and everyone bringing their laptops and their books, trying to show everyone that they're smart. All they're doing is checking their power bill. They're not doing anything on the laptop. They're not writing a screenplay. They're not. He's like, yeah, you're just trying to look smart.
But you actually edit.
I was editing on a plane.
You literally edit.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, you're like, I'm the real deal. I bring a book and then I watch movies back to back.
Like when I'm on a plane, I'm like, wow, what are they doing on the laptop? It looks really important.
I know. Sometimes I try to look too. I'm just curious about other people's lives.
Now I'm one of those people. Boop, 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 boop.
What you doing over there?
What you doing over there? Just editing.
Editing a podcast.
Yeah. This is so lame. I'm like 41 years old and getting joy out of looking like an adult on a laptop. So, yeah,
Hey.
This is small pleasures.
Hey, it's fine.
So, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, the opening quote. Yes.
Yes, the opening quote. And then cue a haunting Western song plays detailing the destruction of the incubus.
Yes. So let's carefully listen to the lyrics, and it is sung by Wayne Austin.
Okay.
It's a proper Western name.
The incubus he'll suck you dry, then he'll depart when dawn is nigh. He'll crouch upon a sleeping lass, and many a sordid hour will pass. So ladies, keep your windows bolted tight. The incubus may enter any night.
I wonder if that's her. Yeah. I know. Sounds good.
No horse can overtake him, no gun can shoot him down. He enters when you're sleeping and no one is around. He does his job, then leaves the ugly blind.
His job? Oh my God.
The incubus, the outlaw of the night.
There's no lyrics. I looked it up. I tried to.
I couldn't even find the caption on this video.
I know. It didn't have any caption.
Damn it, Criterion.
Beautiful. Good job, Ann.
All right. Comes in and does his job.
And he leaves.
You know, it's
and
like
nothing can catch him. You ain't going to catch me. Never going to catch me.
Not a horse. Nothing.
Catch me outside. Wow.
Except you won't, because nothing can get him.
Yeah.
And now, opening scene. A woman named Madeline is setting up some tea and bread while she's awaiting the arrival of her friend Lucy. Madeline is played by Natalia Schroeder. Info from my IMDb. She has numerous credits, including film roles, TV roles, musical theater, and live singing performances, voiceover, and commercial work in classical theater. She's also the lead singer of 3 classic rock bands, Leather Jacket Odyssey, Nupalia and Company, which is a pop punk that does originals, something like that, and Nat Benatar and the Babes of Rock, a tribute to Pat, Blondie, Joan Jett, Hart, and the Ladies of Rock.
Oh, that's so fun. Yeah. I looked up online. She has like 176 followers, which is less than I have. So it's like she has all these amazing credits. It's kind of like the other movie we did about the cat. She's allergic to cats. Like a lot of the people in the credits and the musicians in it like have like 2 followers.
I know. Or we tried to go on YouTube.
I gave her a follow.
Yeah. Or we went on YouTube with the guy that plays like the landlord.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's go follow him on YouTube.
Yeah, show him
And
some
we
love.
did.
And we did. There's six little views. 6 sad little views. Like us.
Right. I know. Lucy McGee, played by Anna Biller, obviously, arrives wearing one of Mary Poppins' dresses, it looks like.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, that looks familiar. She's in distress over her lack of sleep from a nightly visit from an incubus that sometimes appears as a goat, a cow, a rat, or the devil himself. But its breath always smells stale and makes the same moist, smacking sound with its lips.
Gross. Yeah, it's booty breath. Like that video you sent me.
My house smell like boo-boo.
Boo boo. This place smells like boo boo.
Apparently Madeline has also experienced this incubus.
She's like, girl, me too.
I know. She's like, listen, I used to be a happy-go-lucky woman before his visits.
Once I was a happy, carefree woman. I wore lovely frocks and laughed a lot.
Frocks. What's a frock? I don't know.
Isn't it it's like a
Is it like the
shawl
flap that goes over?
I think it's the shawl that like you tie here.
Okay.
No, it's not. A frock is the dress, I think. I'll look it up.
I'm like, Google. Hey Siri. I don't know why I thought of like,
What is a frock? Let me look at the picture here.
I don't know why I thought of it as like an apron or something you wore like as
What
an
the
artist.
hell?
So
This
you
is
don't.
what came up. I don't know why.
What is that?
I don't know.
Is that a girl's butt?
That's her back. A frock is a dress, apparently.
That's why she was so happy-go-lucky. She was showing her ass.
Yeah.
No, not really. Oh, they're very tidy,
yeah,
all the way to the neck.
Type in frock. Type in
Yes.
frock. Actually, if you do listen, whenever we Google something, look up together. And so you can see what we're seeing when we look up stuff.
Yes. Yeah, she used to be happy-go-lucky in her frocks before his visits, and she warns that he preys on your soul, and he's like a vampire, but he's not out for blood. He's out for your womanly goodies.
Yeah, he's out for the womanly goodies. Yeah.
And then Madeline tells Lucy, just stay with me for the night instead of sleeping at home where, this incubus keeps like breaking in your window. But Lucy is busy because she needs to leave and go buy onions.
I know. I got that. I thought it was funny the way she said it. Listen.
Where are you going?
I'm going to do some shopping to keep my mind off my troubles. Maybe I'll buy a new dress. And I need groceries. Some onions and things.
She's like, girl, garlic.
Yeah.
Because he's like a vampire, but not.
I love how they're...
onions. Do we ever see her cook with an onion? No.
No.
It's fine.
Remember, she asked for bread. She said,
yes,
anything to eat, and then she proceeded not to eat anything.
I know. She was so worried
funny.
about food being there. She was like, yeah, girl, I got some bread right here.
I think it's intentional, just like all these misdirections, which I, like you ask for food and something to eat and then proceed not to eat.
I'm surprised she wasn't like, Lucy, you got to keep your girlish figure. Like, you can't be having these carbs.
Carbs. Do they even know what carbs were back then?
No, they didn't. And so Lucy leaves dramatically, of course. Lucy gets home with her onions, apparently, and a new dress, and gets ready for bed on this windy ass night. She locks her window and she falls asleep. The room is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
everything
so
you
far.
love.
I feel like it looks like my American grandma. It looks like what she called the home place up in Beaufort. and it looks like how that would have looked in a way. It just, I don't know, just like I felt like I was back. Like when I would go in that house, I could smell it, and I could smell that smell watching this movie.
By the way, I took pictures of like the intentional film mess ups that were on purpose. When
like
she
the bloopers?
leaves, no, during the movie. When she leaves to go home and she opens the door looks like a regular outside of a regular house, and there's an electrical wire on the floor, like a plug-in.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, so I was like,
it looks like she's opening somebody's driveway.
Yeah, someone has like a power tool plugged in or something. So I was like, wow, that's
I didn't even notice
that's funny. I like that. That's
You
intentional.
see like a Tesla in the background or something.
Yeah. Yeah, she tells her to put some garlic by the bed.
She doesn't. She wants her onions.
By the way, garlic, I was wondering where the idea came from. So first, it was like, it's a magic talisman for protection, and it started using it in the medieval period, and it's not only for that. It's like protection from like disease, because Raphael grew up like that. They would put garlic behind the door.
Antimicrobial.
So I don't know if your family did that, to have garlic by the door and all that kind of stuff for protection.
I was thinking of like ingesting it for its nutritional value and antimicrobial properties, but
to guard for safety
that
by the
shit helps.
door.
Like when I would feel like I was getting sick, I would like chop up some raw garlic and put it on some toast and very, very lightly toast
And that's why people in Spain live so long. Garlic's in everything in their diet.
She locks her window and falls asleep. Unfortunately, a creepy ass middle-aged devil man comes in, and he's sucking the spit through his teeth like,
Don't do that. Ew. Stop it. Stop it. Ew.
It's gross. And
she's laying in bed, by the way, lipstick and all, looking really fabulous for bed.
Right. She just falls right asleep. I'm like, how do you do that? You just get in bed and you just fall asleep. What's
that like?
And he starts undressing her. The Incubus is played by Jared Sanford, who is also an actor and writer-producer in Annabelle's The Love Witch, Soiled Doves from 2015, Viva 2007, and The Hypnotist 2001. I want to see The Hypnotist.
Yeah, I remember his role. He played the cult leader in Love Witch.
I was trying to remember who he was, but I didn't look back and see. So the next morning, Lucy awakens seemingly refreshed. Also, what does that feel like? Until she finds a green jizz stain on her chest.
Oh, it was jizz? I'm so naive. I thought it was like, oh, it's throw up. Oh, it's throw up. But
who's throw up?
You're right. It's jizz. It's green jizz.
It's Incubus jizz.
Did you notice when she goes to the vanity that the jizz stain is gone?
No, I didn't.
I noticed it. It's like on purpose, continuity. I think we all know what that means in a movie, when you make sure everything is filmed correctly. It was on purpose. It was there, and then when she walks to the vanity, the gist stain is gone. So I thought that was funny that she did that on purpose.
Was it on purpose? Who knows?
Yeah.
Or could have been like the opening the door to the driveway with the power cord.
Yeah, it's like intentional. I guess like with the way that film has progressed in being accurate as possible versus how things were filmed like
maybe
in 50s and 40s and stuff like that. So yeah.
And a song narrating this jizz stain kicks in.
Yeah.
When she awoke next morning, she saw his ugly stain. She felt depressed and mighty sore. She felt that she could take no more. She looked into the mirror and thought, I'm not so bad. She was feeling like a woman after the night she'd had. Then Lucy got a notion to turn her life around. She decided to get gussied up and get a job in town.
Like a gussied up. I haven't heard that word in a while.
I know.
Yeah.
So now that Lucy has had enough of this shit, she puts on a red and white striped dress.
Beautiful.
She is determined to turn a new leaf and go get a new job at the local saloon as the entertainment for $12 a week. And she's going to start the next night.
Yeah, I like how she's very intentional with the direction. When she comes in, the bartender ogles her up and down.
Looks her up and down.
Which is, it goes to the theme she talks about as like,
the gaze. Yeah.
Not gaze? What?
The male gaze?
Male
theory?
gaze. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's like gaze. Yeah, male gaze.
not the gaze.
Yes, queen, slay.
I mean, they would look her up and down too.
No,
but
it's
not
like
the
it's
same
like
way.
men will know that feeling. It feels so unsafe. Like when we would go out in public,
it feels predatory,
and men would look you up and down. Like it's the most disgusting feeling. And I noticed she did that very well when we watched The Love Witch.
Mm-hmm.
Just the ogling and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I just thought it was funny, like when she asked to get the job from the manager, and he's like,
Have you got what it takes?
I don't know. Do I?
she pulls
up her
dress.
skirt to show her legs and the stocking.
Yeah, like, what is it called with the thigh highs?
Garter belt.
With the garter belt.
Gartered stockings,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And
did they not wear the stockings all the way to the top, or is that just what a lady of a fallen woman would wear with the stockings?
They probably didn't have a control top.
You're right.
So they had to have it like it will just fall down. So they need like a little, suspenders to keep them up or whatever they're called.
Yeah, but like little thigh high suspenders.
And before she leaves to like go to get prepared for the job, I don't know why I laughed out loud when she finally said her full name out loud. It's like, by the way, what's your name? And by the way, it was so easy to get a job back then. You don't need your name, your social security. Just say, can I start here tomorrow? If you killed somebody, it doesn't matter. Like you can be on the run and like get a job at a diner for 2 weeks, make some more money, and then keep going or something.
Right.
So he's like, what's your name?
You're on at 8 o'clock sharp. If you don't give him a good show, you're through.
Don't worry. I'll give him a show.
Wait. What's your name?
Lucy. Lucy McGee.
I don't know. I shouldn't laugh at the name. I guess it's a common name for Irish people or something. I don't know. When she leaves, is another intentional set. This one, she leaves. It's just a gray background outside the saloon doors. There's no street. There's no
I assumed
cowboys.
there was a lobby. I don't know.
No. She walked in from the street.
And it had the same swinging doors.
It had the same swinging doors, but there's no street outside. There's no dirt.
Right.
There's no nothing. It's just like a gray backdrop on purpose. I just love it.
I thought it was a lot. I don't know why I would have a lobby there, or they would
a lobby outside the saloon doors into the street.
I wasn't thinking of it like that. I don't know. I didn't know the doors matched, but the background didn't.
Well, you've watched westerns before.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I love westerns.
I saw Westworld.
Westerns, when you walk in a saloon door, the thing that is outside is usually horses getting their water.
Right.
Someone,
there's no screen door or nothing.
The Mexican that hit on her.
Buenos dias, señorita.
Right.
That was outside. There was none of that.
The drunk Mexican.
Yeah. Like, I just thought that was brilliant. Just like intentional non-backdrops of scenes.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so she returns at night in her dressing room in a vision in red. She looks fabulous. Mm-hmm. She's powdering her face, and a boy hands her a printed up playbill for the show. They do that classic long pan where like it take a whole minute to read. You ever notice that in old movies? Like
scroll down.
Yeah, like I don't know if people couldn't read very fast back then, so when they had like silent films or pull up a thing, they had to like keep it on screen for like 10 minutes. Now that's not long enough. Like I'm trying to watch the movie and I have to read something and I do it for like, I was like, I'm not done reading the material yet. Like, why are you? So I just noticed that very slow pan. It says Lucy McGee's in the Incubus.
So, he thinks he can be a stage performer, does he? An Incubus on the stage. What a joke.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. If I didn't know the synopsis, I didn't think a night at the Incubus was going to turn into a competition of me performing at a saloon. Right. I assumed that it was...
That would be her opening act.
Her troubles with getting fucked by this guy every night. But
that'd be funny if the band Incubus just showed up.
I know, right? Yeah, that's the first time I heard that word. Doesn't even really represent their sound. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
No, I used to love them.
Oh, I still love them. Yeah. I still love them. By the way, listen to their music as much as you can. They're removing all their music from Spotify.
They are?
Yes. You know what's happening. TikTok, everyone's trying to re-record their own masters because, they don't have control of them. But anyway, crazy times. So I didn't see that coming. So all the tropes are represented in the short scene. A man enters the bar against a nothing backdrop, which I noticed again. The saloon doors are no street. There's men playing poker while the owner calms the patrons.
4 aces. You're no good cheater.
Gentlemen,
I'll have no fight in my place.
It's bright as shit in there. I didn't notice
Yeah,
that.
it is.
It wasn't like nighttime.
It's not the traditional lighting for
like
for
oil
saloon.
lamps everywhere or some shit. Or they had electricity. I don't know if they had it back then.
Yeah, it's probably late 1800s. I have no idea. Wait, when electricity? Late 1800s. I think, yeah, late 1800s. Yeah, we're talking about. So there's men playing poker. The owner calms the patrons down from like shooting a cheating gambler. You know, all the type of scenes you see in westerns.
Too much testosterone.
Yeah, men are playing pool and asking for no-name liquors.
Another shot of rye, bartender.
Come on right up.
A whiskey. Make it snappy. Make mine a gin. A big one. I got me a thirst the size of the whole prairie.
Yeah, me too, and put the bottle right here, Hank.
Exquisite specimens of cowboys ordering all kinds of manly liquor and making bad jokes to the bartender, basically.
Yeah. Now we're at the B Pacific top shelf.
They didn't have it back then, bro.
It's just one shelf. One shelf. Yeah.
I'm surprised they had that variety of liquors, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Rye,
like
bourbon.
Gin, whiskey.
You're supposed to just say, hit me. And then.
Right.
And
that was like
slide
back in like
something.
Game of Thrones era, medieval. They just had wine, you know, or something. Like all they drank was like red wine.
Well, they really didn't emphasize the different kind of. I don't know what they had. Maybe they did, like one of the brothels. They had different name drinks, like cocktails, like Cersei special tonight.
Yeah,
you know, she's like special. The most like blonde bitch. Like I've never seen a blonde before. Like they have the new. Like, there's never been a blonde in history, apparently, in Game of Thrones, in the world. And she's like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I remember that scene very well. Although the chicks were, like, no one wants to fuck us anymore because our hair is not blonde. And she's, like, the biggest bitch in the nation right now. This is, you know. Was that her name? Not Cersei's. The dragon.
Daenerys.
Yeah.
The
Queen
Targaryen.
Targaryen bitch, yeah. I hate the ending. Bad job. Anyway.
That last season. God damn it.
Fuck yourself. Anyway, so the girls are lined up at the stairs. Really poor wigs. I think it's on purpose.
Yeah, they were
I think it's on purpose. The men try to shoot their shot. And I think she intentionally like has everyone do bad acting.
Yeah.
Did you get that feel?
It was hard to tell.
I think it was intentional to deliver the lines very middle school play like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
You're kind of cute, cowboy.
Oh, shucks, man.
Come on, honey. Why won't you give me a trial?
You don't have the dough.
Hey, sweetheart. How about you and me have a little drinky poo?
Ew.
I've got to get ready for my act. That's right. Come on, girls. We've got to get ready for our number.
Our number. That's what reminded me of Blanche Devereaux.
Blanche Devereaux.
I'm like, come on, girls. Got to get ready for our number.
So the owner says, we got 2 new acts. The patron says, it better be good because I'm sick of this place. It's like, I was thinking you have no option.
I know. I was like,
if you're sick of it, you're going to be sick of it for the rest of your life.
Like this is the only entertainment in the town, probably.
Well, thank God we have options, you know, to keep going to different bars. That's a note to all the Karens. Don't come back. I'll never come back here again. Good. Go somewhere else.
Good. Bye.
Keep coming back and getting bag margaritas. It's like, it ain't strong enough. Well, you keep returning, Karen.
It's probably because you get too drunk, Karen. They try to take some of the alcohol out.
What?
I don't know. You know, make a weak drink.
Have you seen? I was in a market, and street market by a gym, and they were selling like purse booze things. It's for all the bitches who walk around like it's a purse. It's a satchel, really. It has a hole, and you fill up all your booze in it, so you can walk around and drink out of your purse.
Does it have a straw? Is it like a Camelback?
I don't know what it is, but it's so you can get away with just walking around in public and drinking out of your purse.
Why didn't you get us both one then?
I didn't buy one. I know.
Who are you? I don't even know who you are.
That would be really convenient. But then I would have it
great for festivals, concerts.
I have a bigger problem on my hands if I did that. I don't know. Yeah. So
you would.
Anyway, so here comes the Incubus to perform. Oh my God! Here's his song. Jesus,
it's awful.
Oh, my Lucy, she's a classy cow. She always fights for what she wants, and what she wants is really thrilling. Oh, my Lucy, she drives me wild. Everything that Lucy wants, I give her, and I'm more than willing. Haven't you seen her walking in the square? If you've seen her, then you'll know why everybody's talking about my Lucy. Oh,
So he goes on and on. So
I like how he's like, I give her what she wants more than gladly or whatever. I'm like, she didn't ask for any of this.
This is
she
where
don't want you.
That's what I'm thinking of. Is this a parallel to like
he's slut shaming her, and she's not even a slut.
I feel like men's perception of what happened is not in their head versus what the woman had happened.
Obviously,
the woman is not a willing participant, and we've heard that expression. She wanted it.
Yeah, she was asking for it. Look what she was wearing.
So she's willing. And
she's wearing lipstick to go to sleep. She was asking for it.
Yeah, and I hear like in the rest of the song, like even in compromising situations, she doesn't compromise. She's willing.
Yeah.
So he's like, it's all in a different viewpoint in his head of what's going on every night in this fucking night in her bed. Yeah. So I guess a parallel to real trashy men. Oof. Yep. And how? Yeah.
Gross.
So, and it sounds like Rafa. When I heard that song, it sounds like the song Rafa was singing about us. It sounded just like that. I'm just gonna play a little
about
bit of
us.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it sounds like. I don't know why.
It does sound like that same.
It's the same quality as the Incubus.
Take it as an entertainment. This is not a reason to be scared.
So that goes on for another minute, guys, of Raphael singing about what we do on this podcast. Apparently, us. Yeah. And
that should be our theme song.
But I will say this: Raphael is like J-Lo Delulu. It's like, I know I'm the best singer.
Right,
I'm the best.
Totally is.
I could do this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he can act too.
He can act too. I said it's easy. I watch movies. It's easy. I'm like, okay, give me a scene. Your dog died. Oh my God.
I want to see this.
He's really good, actually. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but it's different when you do it in front of like a whole cast.
Yeah.
He's like, singing's not hard. Acting's not hard.
Yeah.
Being a musician's not hard. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. All right. So, let's see. Sorry, I got my notes.
Oh yeah. So he's like talking about how well endowed she is in the song.
You heard that as well?
Yes. And I was like, ew.
Yeah. Well,
ew. Because it's also funny too, because I've never heard it well endowed referenced to something with a woman. It's always been a man. So I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, big boobies? I don't know.
Yeah. Well endowed. I think I can.
Big
we usually use that
hips,
term,
perhaps.
to describe her a bit. But yes. So he sings this song about his Lucy that he loves.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just he's probably trying to tell these men, look, I'm just covering my bases. I'm not at blame here for what goes on.
Right.
She wanted it.
She wanted it, and I gave it. I provided it.
So that's what I feel like, with the message that she plays with.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So he's getting booed.
It's booed off the
stage. And he's still delulu because he's like, it's not me. It's these backup singers.
He's got these two like devilish, devil-clad women.
Yeah. And Party City wear. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're the problem. Get off the stage. And he goes for it again.
He goes for a second song.
A second song. He tries to woo the crowd with the Yankee Doodle Dandy number. And it's like, oh my God.
Is that what he's saying? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm your Yankee Doodle Dandy. And I am the entertainer.
Beat it, you clogs. You're ruining my act.
Something like that. Oh my God. Blech. Didn't he remind you of like the neighbor in Three's Company or something? Like a gay queen, like, what was it? Mr. Droper or whatever?
Oh, Mr. Roper was the landlord.
Okay, whatever. The gay guy on Three's Company. There was a gay character, right?
But he was married.
Wasn't there one that was
there was a gay one, yeah.
I don't know.
I think.
Maybe I'm getting into my shows wrong. But he acted like an old queen.
He did.
That's what he acted like. And it was just funny because he's
a poorly dressed old queen.
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to like cover
bad
the back.
makeup.
Ugh. So they throw bottles at him. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of... it reminded me immediately because the last movie that I edited, I was watching Roadhouse while I was editing.
The new one? Oh, wait. No,
there's a new one.
No. There's a new with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, I didn't know.
I don't know why.
I don't know, but
I didn't even watch the first one. So
whatever. Apparently, it's Patrick Swayze. I watched it with the sound off. I watch all my movies with the sound off while I edit, and it's quite better that way. but it's ridiculous. So like throwing bottles and the whole movie is about him being a security guard.
Yeah, he's like a bodyguard.
That's what they base the movie on. The life of a security guard.
Like in the tropics?
At a roadhouse.
Is it like an island? Is it like an island? Is like the Bahamas? Like something off of Florida?
There was a lake involved. There was breezes involved. There was a blonde chick involved. But I was like, we're really going to base story of what it's like to be a bouncer. Just thought it was a weird premise. But anyway, a lot of that. Throwing bottles, all that kind of stuff. You know, chicken barbed wire. All that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right? No? Okay. No,
barbed wire in it? I don't know.
Well, they put barbed wire on the stage because they throw bottles at it. Oh. You probably remember it from the Blues Brothers, where they go to perform and they get all these bottles. I was so high
when I watched that movie.
I watched it like 10 times. So I remember
the only
very
part
clearly.
I remember is when they were in church and they start like in the black church
and then
like,
flipping down the aisles,
flipping like just bouncing in the air, like they were just like shooting straight up, and I laughed. That's all I remember, and I was laughing my ass off.
I watched this movie like on repeat all the time. I don't know. I love it. So he tries to win with this second number. Okay. They're not happy. They're not pleased.
What's an incubus doing on the stage anyway?
Yeah. Gentlemen, please don't get upset. I'm sorry about the incubus, and I promise you it will not happen again.
Yeah? What are you going to give us instead? A witch and a warlock?
Yeah, we got Lucy McGee. Stay.
Yeah. No. We'll make up for that opening act with Lucy McGee.
And she gets on stage with her Can Girls, and she sings her little number with her wonderful voice. I think it is her singing, and
I think it probably is.
It's a good little number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get her star power.
And I thought I was gonna have a song to do with maybe as they call it a cipher in the rap world, where you kind of like they rap and then you drop some bars back, but
like a rap battle.
Yeah, but I felt these lyrics had nothing to do with the previous ones. I don't know.
The Incubus song.
The Incubus.
Yeah,
like I thought she was gonna shit talk him or something, or
that would have been funny.
But I don't know.
She didn't have time to. She was like, "I'm not even gonna acknowledge you."
I guess so.
I'm a born again woman.
She was turning a new page, but. I was trying to find deeper meaning than there was, but I don't know when she woke up that morning after getting fucked by that incubus, where she said, I'm gonna change my life now. I don't know. So she walks off the stage. She's feeling herself. She saunters to the counter like Mae West to get a whiskey, and the loser incubus chastises her. What do you know about showbiz? You really think you must be a star, huh? Yeah. Okay, and then the owner comes up. You were great out there. What about a 5-year contract for $100 a week? I'm like, that's a long time, but I don't know.
How do you even know? Okay,
she said
she went from $12 a week to $100.
Yeah, 12 in tips to $100 a week. She said,
Lucy, the response to your act was tremendous. If you can keep this up, we'll have crowds every night. I'll be rich. I'd like to sign you to a 5-year contract starting at $100 a week.
Thank you. I'd be glad to take it.
What about me?
Incubus, you're through.
Just very, yeah. The incubus is still there. I don't know why you didn't just leave after your shame of being walked off the stage.
I know.
And that reminds me of the dudes again. Like, no matter how persistent you are with them, they still think they have a chance. Like, leave me alone. I said no. I don't want the drink. I don't want this. And they just like keep
trying to wear you down.
They don't read the room. And that's what I kind of got from this incubus, if we're making parallels with the themes that
he's delusional.
Yeah, if we're making parallels with the themes that Ann Biller likes to put in her movies. So that's what I thought of. So she goes to thank the bartender and tells him,
the manager,
and tells him, I never thought about going into acting, but this does wonder for my self-esteem, getting accepted by an audience. And the crowd is asking for more. And she goes back out and sings her number again for an encore. And they lift her up. Yeah. And
they're hooting and hollering.
We want Lucy.
Yeah, bring back Lucy McGee.
The crowd's asking for you, Lucy. Give them all you got.
You can have millions. You can have billions. But without your friends, you're all washed up.
No one's above you, and then you'll find that you're something
That's the end. It's
they
not
lift
what I
her
thought.
up.
Yeah.
And cheer.
Yeah. I liked it. I mean, because even if
it's her clapback.
Is it?
Yeah. She was raped and sexually assaulted for God knows how long. She got jizzed on. And she's reclaiming her feminine power. She's like, oh, you want to treat me like an object? I'm going to control these men.
Is this a reference to how women, even though they hate with the way men are on this, and now she's getting this gaze from men, is this a reference to like, okay, I'm doing OnlyFans now? I might as well.
Maybe, yeah.
I might as well.
Maybe.
Like, this is all you want me for.
Right. So I'm just going to take your money for it, and I don't have to touch you, and you can't touch me. I don't know. In a different way.
Yeah, whatever. So I just try to look at this whole short as through the lens of, okay, what does this mean today being a woman? What does this remind me of when I was going through those times in my 20s, interactions with men? And because it is set in the Western time or whatever time, it just shows that things do not change. Men are like this and always will. And these are the kind of things.
Call down on it more now.
Yeah, this is, well, yeah.
But the Me Too movement, at least.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Yeah, have you ever watched that chick from Charmed? She has the shaved head. Like, I think she's the whistleblower. Yeah, she's the whistleblower, I think.
Yeah.
I've been watching her.
Was it Marilyn Manson?
Yeah, she dated him too, but it was more about, not MC.
Oh, it was Weinstein.
Weinstein.
I mean,
she was talking about her experience with Weinstein, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, maybe it's just that. Like, okay, this is all you want me for, so I'm going to do OnlyFans now. Right. Or show my ankle in this case. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the end.
That was the end.
That was cute.
They raised her up.
Raise her up. What are your thoughts or likes or dislikes?
Of course, I'm in love with the film's aesthetic, as all Anna Biller films.
Mm-hmm.
I think she really captured the feel of that era, of course, and the acting style of like men and women of that period. Yet again, like the simplistic. I'm not well versed in like the style names or whatever that kind of acting is, where the women are very simple, dramatic in the way they look around,
Mm-hmm.
like, and that the way that they interact with each other. I like how she had her character, Lucy's character, like reclaim and reappropriate the male gaze theory for women feminism purposes. Like how Lucy like flips the script of her life being like a meek victim of this incubus, and she transforms her this character into an independent and seductive woman who can now control a room with her newfound confidence with her sexuality. She's controlling the room now. They all are praising her. She's taking her power back. I get it.
There may be many viewpoints on that as far as if women feel that is taking your power back. I might be a prude. I might be simple. I might be a conservative, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I find power in throwing my sexuality back at that.
That's where you and I differ. Like my sexual assault experience.
I did not.
Yeah.
And we were talking
about it before.
Differently
from it.
Yes. I came out differently.
Yeah.
And this is like, I just don't understand. Like this is like this, it's like a control thing or like liking being able to with men. And I have no desire for it. Or I find it the opposite of control. But that is just through my lens in my body. I find it the opposite of control or empowerment.
Yeah.
To do that. So yeah.
I can totally see it being empowering. That's my lens of it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's taking it back. She's like, what you were using against me to control me, I'm going to turn it around and control you with it. Because you're just thinking with your dick anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's definitely different in that. I mean, but don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know why, but even like when I was younger and when I would have encounters with men or whatever, or I didn't think about like what they thought of me or what they're thinking. I just thought about like maybe I guess for lack of a better word, like in the sense like what Madonna thought about like how she presents herself, like being the man. Like it's this is what I want as well,
right,
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not about one-upping the opposite sex.
Or revenge.
It's not. Yeah, it's not about like it wasn't about revenge for me or whatever. This is just like, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of my desires and what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I won't be shamed for it, or felt like, and or like the slut shaming, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, it could be different perspective depending on the lens. But what else did you like or dislike about it?
I think it would have been a cool thing, maybe like if we saw the Incubus be.
I like how he was like portrayed like a gay old queen from the 70s. He was like, with his hands and stuff.
Yeah. I would have liked him to be further insulted especially because of that jizz
See,
stain.
that's you and the whole revenge thing.
Yeah.
And having to
like he walks out in shame and then gets run over by a horse or something.
See, I don't have that enemy. I don't wish ill even on my worst enemy. That's the thing.
I mean, it's just a character.
I know,
like a funny character.
In the movie.
In the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the
who
movie.
else is gonna get run over by a horse?
Yeah, something like that. Sure. Yeah, that would have been a good little,
like a funny little,
add
insult to injury.
That would have been funny, and it would have fit well with this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
To do that, it would be funny if it just opened the saloon doors into a non-backdrop like she did.
Yeah,
because usually you see like a fake cactus and a fake rock or something,
like a cardboard cactus.
Yeah, there wasn't even that, and I thought that was clever. So I like the incontinuity that was purposeful.
Yeah,
in this movie, and I like
Was it purposeful?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, she made several mistakes set wise.
I didn't know if it was on purpose. I wasn't even looking at him until you pointed him out. So
that's a major, like not having the jizz on her, and then a second later it's off. Like these are common continuity things that you don't see in movies now. Like those things are not happening.
There was a Starbucks cough left
something
on the Game of Thrones set.
Yeah, it happens.
Like it happens.
It happens, but like I'm pretty sure it was very intentional.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that part. So
yeah, and because
I was wowed by the colors and the dress and everything. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's why I love her, and that's why I'm kind of bummed and that she doesn't have huger star power, because I feel like she's just as in line aesthetically in her vision as Wes Anderson and all that kind of stuff. Like she has a clear point of view, and I'm just shocked that like she's not
pleasing movie.
And I hope good things for her. So I as far as now it's happening, but like I don't see her in the mainstream. I don't. Some people never heard of her.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's just shocking because I think she's great.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll
see her next one, The Face of Horror.
Yeah,
like maybe
I'm sure
she'll do something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I definitely think it was intentional, like the way they were acting bad, like doing bad acting.
Yeah, I thought that just kind of mirrored
the way they're
same in like that time period. I feel like, not that I've seen a lot of them, but I've seen
enough.
I
mean, and I will say that I don't know if this was referencing certain movies, because my repertoire is not that old, but I did watch a lot of old westerns, and I've seen older movies, and yeah, it pretty much mirrors that. And maybe it was taken from a particular movie or something, but I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Do you have any reviews?
Actually, you probably have the same reviews I had. I only saw 6 in IMDb.
Actually, I looked elsewhere this time.
Did you find some?
Yeah.
Where'd you find them?
On one is Mubi.com, MUBI.com, and another one is I don't know if it's pronounced Letterboxd or Letterboxd.
Letterboxd, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, do you want to go first, or
you can go first?
Okay. My first one is from Mubi.com. Matthew Floyd gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. He says, had Angela Carter rewrote the Harvey Girls as a Jacques Demy project, this would probably be that charming result. I found myself greatly amused by Anna Beller's comedic reimagining of the Western musical, treasuring its rich connections to visual pleasures. In hindsight, it's also a surprisingly cathartic response to the rape and revenge plotline, as Lucy here beats the literal devil with her own feminine flair.
Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with the Harvey Girls, Friends? Harvey Girls?
No.
I believe that's a movie that the musical that Judy Garland did.
Oh.
And she's wearing the same type of air of clothing, and it's
the Mary Poppins dress.
Yeah, like now that I totally get it, because I was like, I don't have enough in my bank of like knowledge of movies, and that definitely described it. The Harvey Girl movies with with Judy Garland. If you just look up a screenshot, you're like, oh yeah, this is what it's supposed to be. So yeah, very cool. What you get another one?
Yes, from Letterboxd, I guess how you pronounce it, .com, by Ratners. He says, I guess it's a guy, a great thing about movies is that someone had to make a decision on what color paint the Incubus jizz stain should be.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice. I don't know why. It was green, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I thought, green, throw up is green. But it's like, it makes sense. It's jizz.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Why would he throw up on her chest in a sexual experience?
Yeah, I guess he was kind enough.
Or maybe she threw up because...
Maybe, yeah, but I guess he was kind enough not to nut in her and decided to finish on her chest instead. So
yeah,
yeah. I wonder what that looks like. If there's any literature that talks about like incubus births and what that looks like, I don't know.
An incubus birth,
like when you have the baby.
Like you get knocked up by an incubus.
Yeah,
I don't know. Ask that. The Amish witch. I don't know.
Amish witch, or the movie we saw, whether the fuck that was. Immaculate, you know.
Oh, God, yeah, we just saw Immaculate.
It was the sound of the baby she had. A spoiler, you know, I'm not going to get the end. Maybe some of you haven't seen it, but anyway, that's the sound of the baby. New. Yeah. I won't say the end, but anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a reel about our opinion.
Do we?
Just a quick one. I mean, we gave it, we gave it the, we showed our thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever.
Yeah, and I said they tried to Jurassic Park us.
Yes, they did. Yes, very well said.
Anything else in it?
There was one by Dr. Ethan Lyon, gave it a 3.5 out of 4 stars. He says, what's interesting with a visit from the Incubus is how Biller's interests appear more than 10 years before The Love Witch, if not as brilliantly executed. The intelligent use of gaze theory, reappropriating
it's a theory?
Yeah, it's like a film thing. I looked it up. It's from Wikipedia. The female gaze is a feminist theory term referring to the gaze of the female spectator. There's also like the male gaze too. Character or director of an artistic work, but more than the gender, it is an issue of representing women as subjects having agency. As such, all genders can create films with a female gaze. It is a response to a feminist film theorist, Laura Mulvey's term the male gaze, which represents not only the gaze of a heterosexual male viewer, but also the gaze of the male character and the male creator of the film. Basically, it's basically like how over time so many directors and producers were male, and so they just objectified women a lot. So they would just show them like scantily clad, or like the way they like panned up and down a woman's body or something, things like that. And so there's also the female gaze as well. And
what does that look like in film?
So I think it's just
the
like
male
her...
gaze. The male gaze. Wait, the male gaze is when you're objectifying women in the film,
right?
And the female gaze is when you're objectifying men in a film.
This is from theconversation.com. The argument that women's desire is best expressed through sensation rather than a gaze may invoke the cliche that the male desire is, quote, visual, whereas a woman's is sensory, but men's inner lives have always been conveyed via sound and sensation.
Sensory.
Action films like Rambo and Casino Royale, for example, bombard the senses with male anguish and aggression.
That's what I was thinking of.
So is there a female gaze? Certainly beautiful men abound in cinema, but I'd argue there is no direct female equivalent of the male gaze. The male gaze creates a power imbalance. It supports a patriarchal status quo, perpetuating women's real-life sexual objectification. For this reason, the female gaze cannot be like the male gaze. The intelligent use of gaze theory, reappropriating it for feminist purposes, is front and center with Lucy's transformation from a virginal victim to an assertive heroine and dance hall queen, and narrative the narrative and character are that propel.
It's using too many big words.
No,
I
skipped a word, I think. So anyway,
I know you're smart and all, but yeah.
Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes
no,
I'm talking
about the guy.
Dr. Ethan Lyon.
The guy in his synopsis here
right.
of go ahead.
Yeah. Lucy's transformation from a virginal victim to assertive heroine and dance hall queen. The narrative and character are that what the hell did he say? Propels this 27-minute short along. It's fascinating in the way that the Incubus's character arc follows the exact opposite why can't I say that word? Trajectory for the way in which his power, what little he has, he's a screamingly camp figure when he menaces Lucy in her bedroom, is completely wiped away when Lucy manages to take back her own agency and controls the room where he is a massive flop. The way in which Lucy enables this control may seem backwards because it involves dressing in a costume that harks back to the revealing clothing of the classical Hollywood. Yet, by actively choosing to appropriate these images, Biller suggests a feminism that allows women to be both seductive and independent. Sexual desire is not the issue. The Incubus predatory attitudes are. A blindingly oblivious subtext, perhaps, but one that's clearly expressed by Biller throughout the film. The hybrid of horror, musical, and Western is a curious stew, but one that strangely works nicely. Biller's use of music, composed by herself, like you said, is reminiscent of Rancho Notorious. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what this is. I don't have enough movie reference to get her references.
I'm like, is that a musician? I don't know. Through the story of rage and revenge here is far less destructive and more emancipatory, while the dance hall / saloon setting echoes Johnny Guitar in its intense use of color. Certainly, the very stylized acting and framing does take some time to get used to, but once you slip into the rhythms, there's a handcrafted charm to the little film and the unique nature of Biller's vision. All right, what are your reviews?
So this is IMDb from French Fry 2000. A young Victorian woman learns empowerment through a messy situation. By the way, there is no bad reviews, all 10 out of 10, as they should be for
I don't see any bad ones.
No. A Visit from the Incubus is a weird and beautiful art house film. It has all the makings of a 1960s vampire western with a unique twist at the end. I love the cinematography and costumes because they are so over the top and painterly. Ann Biller was the writer, star, and style maker of this short film. A longer film will be appreciated because of my love of this kind of movie with great attention to detail in a non-Hollywood way. I appreciate. Yeah, I would too. I wouldn't mind sitting something that was full length of this. But yeah, it kind of reminded me of like the Rod Serling anthologies that we did.
Yeah.
You
the
know,
twist at the end.
The twist at the end, the very like basic campy kind of like vampire makeup and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah. All right, I have one more.
Sorry, go ahead.
I have 8 out of 8. Found that helpful. Okay.
I hated how his teeth matched his skin.
Oh yeah,
that bothered me.
Yeah,
mine probably do too. I don't know, but just with the gaudy makeup,
when you put on like white face or whatever, like you realize how yellow your teeth are. I was like, oh, are they that bad?
Yeah.
All right, then my last one. This is by Jared's Anford. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Again, oh god, you're using big words.
Spell it.
Boononalian horror.
Oh, I almost did that review too because I had to look up what that was.
Yeah. Oh, do you remember what it meant?
I think it's a director.
Okay. Yeah. Western musical that has to be seen to believed. This is the movie everyone has been waiting for. At last, someone who managed to combine horror of the Dracula, Doris Day's Calamity Jane. Yes, I saw that as a kid. Yes. The discreet charm of the Borghese, how do you say that?
I had to look that up. I just had that pronunciation site up, and I think I meant to do that review that you're doing. Actually,
by the way,
bourgeois
we've
or
done
some
64 episodes. This is our 65th, and we have never come up with the same reviews. We don't even check each other. No. Isn't that amazing?
Wow, look at us!
Isn't it amazing, Dana?
Yeah.
Okay,
amazing.
Calamity Jane and the discreet charm of the bourgeois. And be just as good as any of them. Cinema lovers take note. Ann Biller is a filmmaker you can trust. 9 out of 13 found this helpful. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I got. This is Ann Biller. And like you said, straggle on for Women's History. And definitely, and by the way, you should celebrate Women's History any month, Women's Horror any month. And yeah, she's a banger. She's a banger. Like, she has all the titles. She did it all. Like, she did. And well. All
right.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, Raphael, take it away.
Take it away.
Hi, a visit from the Incubus. Is this supposed to be a horror movie? I don't think so. All I see is a bunch of adults playing around like child. And this is so boring. So boring. I don't like this movie. Like, I don't like no movies in this. It's supposed to be horror. But this is adding to my list of no liking. The list, yeah, let's just call it like that. The list of not liking. I'm not going to say hating because I don't hate. But it's the list of not liking. Do not watch it. Do not watch it. Or you're going to be bored to death. Okay? That's my opinion. Bye.
I'll have whatever she's having.
Hey.
I'm Dana. I'm your youth pastor.
Oh, God.
Give me your youth pastor energy voice.
Hey, guys. All right. How do we feel about the Lord today? You feeling thankful? You feeling gracious?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a cool story for you guys today. Hey.
Yeah. Keep talking.
Blah, 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 blah,
No, it's ba, 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 ba.
My bad.
Well, now, do you think I'm peaking?
It was Mandy Moore was in this movie.
Oh, I love that. The Walk to Remember?
Saved.
Oh, Saved. That one.
Saved. We'll put that one because Mandy Moore was such a bitch in that movie.
Wait, did she play a convincing bitch, or like I'm a good girl trying to be a bitch?
No, she was a bitch. Like, she did it well.
Good job.
Wait, don't say anything so I can see mine. Well,
that's a bit too much.
Okay.
We're not gonna be ba-ba-bun throughout the whole episode.
You don't know that.
With the big eyes, and she's in Orange is the New Black. She talks like a Russian sailor.
I don't know.
Hey, you know what I'm doing here? Yeah.
All right, now you do it.
Ba 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 boo.
Let me change your notes. It's been like 2.5 years, and we still are like
still can't tweak.
It's still
we do everything ourselves.
Fine.
We don't have a producer to make everything right and pretty. We do it all, ladies and gentlemen.
Kipria does it all. Well, the technical stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.